They say to be humble. They say don't be passionate when you speak. But when you got so much passion inside of you, sometimes it roars. The man inside of you roar out. And when you understand people, you get it. And if you don't understand where that person coming from, you won't get it. See, we live in a society where you're told to be humble. And when they say be humble, what they mean is don't be loud. Don't shine a bright light on yourself. Don't put a spotlight on yourself. They say fit in with the crowd. Don't overstep your boundaries. Don't let someone else know what a goal or a dream you have. Because if you let them know, they'll hate on you. Let me explain something to you. I don't care how much someone try to hate on you. If you fight for what you want, they can't stop you. That's a big secret that most people don't understand. If you have the fight and the determination inside of you and you're willing to fight, nothing will stop you. Anytime a hater stops you from succeeding, it's because you gave them the power. If you don't give a hater the power, it don't matter what they try to do, it won't work. Because you will find a way to win. And I say that to so many people. And people look at me and say, oh man, you're overconfident. Why shouldn't I be? How is that a bad thing, being overconfident? Underestimating someone is a bad thing. You overestimate your opponent, that's bad. Being overconfident, that's not bad. When you usually see a professional, let's say you see a professional boxer and they lose the match, and people say they went into the match overconfident. No, that's not why they lost the fight. They lost the fight because they underestimated their opponent. There's nothing wrong with being confident. All the greats are confident in themselves. The problem comes in when you underestimate your opponent. The greats, all the greats you will ever meet in your life has a little bit of arrogance in them. Just a little bit. I believe there's no person that's great that don't have a little bit of arrogance in them. Because in order for Floyd Mayweather to win all his fights, there was some arrogance there. There was some belief there that deep down inside, he probably shouldn't even have in some of them fights. Michael Jordan becoming the greatest basketball player ever. I promise you, if he didn't have a little bit of arrogance in him, he don't become the greatest of all time. Kobe Bryant got a little bit of arrogance in them. Muhammad Ali, I'm the greatest. I'm the prettiest. I'm the baddest. There was some arrogance there, a little bit. The problem in this world is most people don't understand that. They fail to realize that. You need arrogance, a tad bit though. Everyone that's great understand that. What happened is a lot of times you're around elder people. And elder people, maybe they grew up in a time where they couldn't have that certain level of confidence, or there was huge consequence to it. It takes courage to believe in yourself. I hear people say it takes courage to be humble. I don't agree. It takes some, I apologize, I'm wrong. It takes some courage to be humble. It takes more confidence. It takes more courage to believe in yourself in this world. There's no more courage you will ever have in this life than to believe in yourself. Not talk that talk. We talking walk that walk. When you a kid and you come from the hood, or you come from a trailer park, or you come from a single parent household, if you don't have the confidence to truly believe in yourself, you will not compete. You will not compete if you don't believe in yourself. If you're teaching a kid how to play basketball or football, right? A lot of people, they focus on skills, right? How to dribble, how to shoot, how to pass, all those things. The most important thing you got to get your kid in their head is confidence. It's believing in themselves. That's the number one thing. Because no matter how much talent I put inside of you, if you don't believe in yourself, you will not win. You will not become successful. I'd rather you be have a little bit overconfident than to be underconfident. And the world preaches and teaches people to be underconfident. They'll tell you, don't speak loud. Don't be passionate in what you believe in. Be calm. Talk low. That's what they tell you. And there's so many people, including those people, that never reached their full potential. Because everything was about be humble. Don't say anything. Don't talk too loud. Don't offend them because you believe so much in yourself. That's what they tell you. I don't get offended when I see somebody else confident in themselves. The so-called humble people, the so-called real humble people, they do. It offends them to see somebody else confident. It offends them to see someone speak with passion. It offends them to hear somebody proclaim what they want in their life. That offends them. Doesn't offend me. A lot of people don't like Deion Sanders because they feel like he's overconfident. But they don't even understand the problem they really have is within themselves. Deion is not your problem. You not believing in you is your problem. And when you see him believe in him, he arrogant. You can see Michael Jordan walk in the building. He's arrogant. They say all the time Muhammad Ali was arrogant. Do you think Muhammad Ali become the man he became without a little bit of arrogance? Not too much, just a little bit. And people want you to believe like, nah, man, don't be that way. Don't be too arrogant. Don't be arrogant. Don't speak with passion. They'll tell you, pay attention to how you come off to other people. This is my question though, right? If I don't disrespect you, if I don't talk down to you, if I'm speaking truth, what's the problem? See, anything else, those are internal problems you got within yourself. Those are not my problems. See, if I disrespect you, you got a right to feel a certain type of way about that person. Person curse you out. If a person speak down to you, belittle you, you got a right to feel that way. But because a person believes in themselves, you got a problem with it. You got to check yourself. And you see people that have dreams. They have goals. Things they want for themselves. And they can't accomplish them. Usually kids. Because when those kids grow up, you know what they hear? All they hear is, hey man, you dreaming and got that dream because you 10. You little. You hadn't experienced life yet. So those same elder that's telling you to be humble, not believe in yourself, you passed all that same mentality to the next generation. And you wonder why no one in your family graduated college. No one in your family started their own business. No one in your family went after their own goal and dream. You wonder why. Think about what you instilled in them, though. You instilled no belief in them. You didn't put in their head that whatever you want to accomplish, you can accomplish it. You told them to be realistic. That's why, me personally, I listen to my elder, but I don't listen to everything my elders say. Because a lot of trauma they have, they're going to pass it down. And if I want to become the best version of myself, if I want to become special, I can't do the same thing that the elder before me did. We'll produce the same thing. We'll get the same results. You ever notice how you can see a single mother, right? And then she have a daughter. And she usually produce another single mother. And she has a daughter. And she usually produces another single mother. Because all the negative that she has, she pours it down. She don't allow that kid to experience life for themselves. Tell them whatever you want, you can have it. Let them experience life. Let them, if they're going to fail, let them fail. That's your best way of learning in life. You learn through failure. And you have the elder say, I'm protecting you from what can happen to you. No, you're hurting me. Let me fail. Let me make my mistakes. When a 1-year-old walks and they fall on the ground and they start crying, as a parent, do you tell them to stay there? You tell them to get up. And the kid might fall again. You don't tell them to stop walking. You don't tell them don't walk, because if you walk, you're going to fall. You tell that kid to try again. But then when you have an adult, a kid, or you have an adult, son, daughter, and they might say, I want to become a millionaire. And instead of telling them, go after it. And if they fall down because maybe they got into some debt, they fall down because maybe they got a divorce, they fall down because maybe they don't have custody of their kid, they fall down because maybe they lost their job, right? Instead of telling them, get up, keep going, you tell them, oh, I knew you weren't going to do it. I knew it wasn't going to work. But when you have a kid, you never tell your kid, don't get back up because I know you're going to fall again. But we all know that kid going to fall again at some point in time in their life. But they want you to dim your light. And most of the time, people tell you, even including parents, including uncles, aunts, grandma, grandpa, they'll tell you all day long. This is what they'll say. I want you to be better than me. But then they'll tell me that they want you to be better than me, right? But then when they see you doing things differently, they question it. They never say, hey, you got to do it different than me. I'm going to give you the pluses, what help me out. I'm going to give you the negatives of what happened to me. And I want you to take from what I give you and create your own recipe. When I have a child, I don't want my child to be named after me when I have a son. I don't want to be named after me. Because I want him to create his own path. I don't want to dim his light whatsoever. I want him to go into the world, and I want him to go after whatever it is he wants. And my entire job is to put confidence in him. Confidence, confidence, confidence. And to let him understand one thing. You can't underestimate your opponent, though. Be aware of what's out there. But you be overconfident. I want you to be overconfident. But I also want you to understand that, hey, there's nothing wrong with being overconfident as long as you understand your opponents. Don't underestimate your opponent. Don't underestimate your opponent. I want my kid to understand that. It's my job to push you to greatness. It's my job to support your greatness. Support it. Son or daughter, there's somewhere you're trying to go, right? Whatever your goal or dream is. If it won't hurt you, right? I'm all about supporting you. Go for it. My question is, what do you need from me? Forget what I want to do for you. What do you need from me? What you need from me? How can I assist you? How can I help you get to the next level? We live in this society that's be humble. But it's crazy because, and I don't even like to use the race card, because what I'm finna say has nothing to do with white people. It's not even a knock at white people. It's not. But in the black community, there's this issue of be humble. But when I see other races not humble, I don't hear people knock them. I hear people support them. When you sit there and think about it, right? Most successful people, they're very confident. Of other races, very confident. Even in the black community, very confident. Believe in themselves. But there's this stigma, especially when you come from the South, when you're from the country, it's this, be humble. Don't speak too loud. Don't be too confident. Don't dream too big. Don't believe in yourself too much. And when you push back on that, it will anger them. It'll anger them how you choose to live your life. You're not going to jail. You're not robbing. You're not stealing. You're not committing adultery. You're not committing sins. You're not breaking the law. But it offends them. They will get offended because you believe in you. And they can't process like there's something wrong with that. I don't disrespect you. But you want me to dim my light for you. I can't dim my light for you. And if you don't like it, guess what? Don't be around me. It's cool. Don't speak to me. It's cool. I'm not going to dim my light for people. You shouldn't dim your life for people. They want you to be cool. Like, no. If my happiness offend you, that's your fault. If my confidence affect you, that's your fault. If I disrespect you, it's my fault. If I break the law, it's my fault. This should kind of be common sense if you want my personal opinion. When I hear fighters, right, and they're overconfident, like I say, Floyd Mayweather, right? And a lot of times, I didn't like Floyd Mayweather when he was fighting. I'm going to be honest with you. This is the honest truth. And once probably about 2-3 years ago, about 2 years ago, I started to like Floyd. And you know why I started to like Floyd? Because I got to a realization, I said to myself, I'm just hating on him. What's wrong with him being confident and believing in himself? What's wrong with him being a little bit arrogant for himself? How does his confidence, his arrogance affect me? You hear Jay-Z highly confident in himself. How he feel and think affect me? How does that affect me? You hear Donald Trump speak highly of himself. How does that affect me? And once I got to this growth in my life, it's like, them being confident in themselves had nothing to do with me. Why would you be offended off how someone else feel about themselves? As long as they don't talk down to you. When they start talking down to you, then you have a problem. When they disrespect you, then you have a problem. When you have a person come from nothing and you beat the odds, they're going to be emotional. They're going to be emotional. They're going to be passionate in how they speak. They're going to be passionate in their goals. They're going to be passionate in their dreams. They're going to be passionate to let people know, hey, man, if I did it, you can do it too. They're going to be passionate themselves. But you want them to dim their light for you. I'm not going to dim my light. You shouldn't dim your light. If you offend those people, get away from those people. Unless you're disrespecting them. Unless you're talking down to them. Unless you're breaking the law. Unless you're breaking commandments. Or whatever else you believe in. If you're not doing any of those things, you don't have a problem. They have a problem. Don't dim your light. Don't dim your light. Shine your light as bright as you can. Shine your light. You shine your light. You know why? Because when you start to shine your light, you're going to get all those dim lights away from you. And you're going to get bright lights right there next to you. And when you get them bright lights next to you, you know what's so amazing about the bright lights? They light so bright, they not worried about your light being bright. See, when your light bright, you're not focused on the other person's light being bright because it's light. It's light everywhere. It's light shining everywhere. It's shining. If you buy a ring with 20 diamonds in it, and they all shine the same, you can't tell which one shine harder than the next. You just see all 20 of them shining. They're not arguing with each other. They're not fighting with each other because they know we all shining. But people want you to dim your light. They'll want you not to believe in yourself. They'll tell you, don't forget where you came from. But my thing to them, more what I want to say to them is, but why you can't accept where I'm going? See, that's how they keep you in check. Don't forget where you came from. But why we can't accept where I'm going? Why we can't accept where I'm going? I'm going somewhere. Why we can't be happy for where I'm going? Because it's always dim your light. That's the culture. Dim your light. I watched a reel recently. This was a video, a reel on social media. And Kanye West was talking about how he's arrogant, how he speaks a little arrogant and a little cocky. This was when he first came out, around that first album time, or right before he came out with the first album, or right afterwards. And he was talking about money he was going to make, albums he would sell. And he was saying how so many people were saying they didn't believe him. And he said, how you know? He said, did you know that 50 Cent was going to sell the music he sold? You didn't know that before he came out. Did you know Lauryn Hill was going to sell? He said, you didn't know that before she came out. He said, yeah, I speak the way I speak. And then that man went from all of that to becoming extremely wealthy. And I know there's going to be some hater, some doubter that's going to say, well, he lost the money because he spoke and was saying what he was saying. I know what you're going to say. But this is my question to you. Even with him saying what he said and he lost his contract with Adidas, he's still worth more money than you. He still will pretty much never be broke in his life. So what's your point? See, those are for the people that want to dim lights. Well, he lost the contract. He's still more wealthier than you. You hear people say, well, Mike Tyson, he went broke because of him and his arrogance or whatever the case may be. He still, to this day, worth more money than you. But you so focused on his faults, but never paying attention to yours. But they want you to dim your light. They want me to dim my light. I'm never dimming my light. If you don't like it, oh well. Because this is the thing I learned about life. No matter what I do for you, no matter how much, I can do everything that you tell me to do. Whether it's my dad, whether it's my mom, whether it's a wife, whether it's a best friend, whether it's a job. I can do everything you tell me to do and do it right. You still gonna have something to say about me. I can stay out of trouble, not go to jail, be a man of honesty, integrity, character, discipline, principles, morals. I could be a person that don't disrespect you. I could be a person that respect my elder, and they still have something to say about me. So why am I going to dim my light? Why? I'm not. You shouldn't either. The entire purpose of this video is to get everyone to understand something. Believe in you. Proclaim what you want and go after it. Once you proclaim it, go after it. Don't doubt yourself because you're a man. Don't doubt yourself because you're a woman. Don't doubt yourself because you're gay. Don't doubt yourself because you're black. Don't doubt yourself because you're white. Don't doubt yourself because you grew up in a trailer park. Don't doubt yourself because you grew up in the hood. Don't doubt yourself, no matter what anybody else's circumstance is. Even though nobody became successful where you come from, it doesn't matter. Believe in you. Your mom wasn't successful. It doesn't matter. Believe in you. Or there's a little girl saying, I want to become a wife, but my mom got a divorce. It doesn't matter. Believe in you. Do something different than what she did. My dad created a broken home. It doesn't matter. Do something different than what he did. Your whole life is going to be determined by what you do differently than the environment that you grew up in. What you do differently than your family. Every family has a certain culture. If you want more, you can't live quite by that same culture. You got to create your own culture for your own family, your wife, your kids, your siblings. It's so important to understand that you control your life. Not your parents, not no white man, not no boss, not no mysterious person, but you. My name is Sidney Combs, And I'm a young entrepreneur from Shreveport, Louisiana with a dollar and dream. I appreciate everyone for checking out the video. Like, share, subscribe. I'm out. Also comment.